What's good? It's your boy, the Real Chief A1, and you're now watching Hip Hop Natives Podcast. What's good? It's your boy, the Real Chief A1. You're now watching episode 4 of the Hip Hop Natives Podcast. Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for showing love on all social media platforms. Go to the YouTube, subscribe, and all like that. Today, we're going to talk about independent versus major labels. Like, independent artists versus artists with major record labels signed to the Universals of the world, Atlantics of the world, Epics, and even people who got distribution deals with Empire. Do we consider them independent or do we consider them having a joint venture? So, like I said, today we're going to talk about the independent aspect of the game versus being signed to a record label. Last episode we talked about streaming versus the mixtape era, the streaming era right now, opposed to the mixtape era. So today we're going to tap in on, independent artists, independent hustle versus being assigned to a major label. So to me, my personal opinion or my personal preference would be take the indie route. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you probably know a lot of people going to say that shit, but it's just like with the indie route, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of pain. You got to have some money or you got to make some money and invest in yourself. A lot of people really don't want to invest in themselves. They want somebody to give them an advance. And usually with those advances, they end up owning your, you know what I'm saying? That's how we talked about on episode 1 or episode 2. We talked about protecting your IP. We talked about protecting your catalog, protecting your merch, your logos and stuff like that. When you sign these big record deals, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they give you an advance, 100,000, 500,000, depending on how big you are, what kind of, you know what I'm saying? What kind of following you got depends on the advance that they'll give you. Right? And even nowadays, sometimes they're not even giving big advances like that. They're just putting you on the spotlight. So many people will run to the record labels and run to the deal, and everybody's fighting to try to get a deal because they want that advance money. But they not knowing that advance money has to be recouped. There's interest on that, and it's for your project. So you're paying producers out of that. You're paying for flights. You're paying for things you don't even know about inside of that budget. Everybody eating off your budget. People taking trips off your budget, assistants, everybody doing whatever they got to do off that same budget that you're paying back in total. So that's a little bit reason why being a little bit more in depth in the game. That's why I will always choose independent. It's a harder goal. It takes a lot more to get yourself popping. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not putting on these platforms. Your music is not automatically synced, commercials, movie. Because that's what the record labels could do. Independent, it's like you're going to have to grind it out from the bottom. And if you ain't got that willpower or you ain't got the bread, you ain't going to be able to do that independent route. And some people give up because they run out of bread or just a problem occurs and it slows down the process of you getting to where you need to be. You could be dope as hell. So a lot of people will take those advances and those record label deals because they just want that short shot money and to put themselves in front of a bigger audience. See, me, I chose to stick to the independent route, and it might have been by default just by the offers and the things that I seen in the game that made me turn down certain offers and stuff like that. I stayed independent. Like I told y'all, I pressed up my own CDs, DVDs, paid for the cover. I'm paying for Top Dollar Studios where the Mariah Careys and the Bad Boys of the world are recording that. You know what I'm saying? So we was just like more focused on, I was more focused on the Master P, the Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of more like the Out the Trunk era, you know what I'm saying? That's how I felt that we could do it. When to tap into last episode, when the whole mixtape era changed to streaming, it kind of felt hard to be independent now because where's the money coming from? We used to be able to sell physical copies. We used to be able to sell, like, that was the beginning of, like, not the beginning, but that was a good era for merch. And if you had a project that you could sell and add on a piece of merch to it, or if people deny the project, if they just like the way the hat looks, they might just want a hat. They might just want a hoodie. It's cold in NY at certain times of the year. You might be out there slinging your mixtape. They don't want that. They don't even listen to that. But that Red Official hoodie might look crazy. You know what I'm saying? That Chief of the Streets hoodie might be fire right now, and it might just keep them warm and get them through the day. You know what I'm saying? Or through the night. So, like I was saying, to tap back into the topic, like, independent hustle is just a lot more grind, a lot more money you have to put into your projects. And I'm gonna give you a little story of why I decided to keep being independent, because the things that I saw related to Bad Boy, relating to the deal that R.I.P. Shakir Stewart offered us from Def Jam. It was like an artist development deal, right? For $40,000, right? First of all, we didn't think it was real. We thought it was like some cap ass shit. But they gave us a contract. We was like, whatever. Went to people, family members. Nobody don't know nothing about this industry. Nobody in my family wasn't really tied to the industry like that. Yeah, we know people. I had old school family members who was in a group called Cameo, one of the lead singers in Cameo and shit. But we didn't know them like that. We ain't chop it up with them. We just heard stories. My pops pounded them out and shit like that. So we had no knowledge of the game. So I come back to my people's house excited and shit like, yo, look, they just gave us a contract, whatever, 40,000 from Def Jam. We don't know how solid it is. We don't really know these people like that. But what y'all think? Everybody looking at us like, we don't know. Do whatever you think. Yeah, take the bread. I'm like, all right. Me and my man went back, chopping it up, talking about it, and I'm like, 40 racks, man. We getting money. Well, I'm getting money. Like, hey, I'm holding you down. You my right hand man. Like, we getting bread. So 40 racks, we can get that in a couple of months. So what we worried about taking that up front? And it was the whole time where it was like, you heard the stories about Bad Boy. I'm dealing with them in other situations where like Craig Mack, RIP Craig Mack too. Like, it's funny that a lot of people who try to do business with me inside the music game was either related to Bad Boy or either somehow, you know what I'm saying, knock on wood, they passed away and shit. So it's crazy. But yeah, Craig Mack was trying to, move a deal. He heard the mixtape. He had us come to the office. He tried to maneuver a deal with us with Bad Boy because he had just got back cool with Bad Boy. So this is how I tell you, this is a while back. He started rekindling his relationship with Diddy and started doing more projects on his own. He had, like I said, I spoke to Star from the Star Report, and he was telling me a story about how Craig Mack used to come to the radio station with his own project, his own vinyl pressed up. That's records for y'all young niggas who don't understand what that is. Vinyl. He used to come there, and the radio station told him he was doing it independent. They told him, don't let him up, don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? Diddy had put the, the stamp on that, and they wasn't rocking with independent artists. So at that time, he tried to sign us, and he tried to get us to do some kind of deal through Bad Boy because he had just got cool with Puff again. And I guess when he went to the meeting, Puff wasn't feeling his vibe or whatever the case may be. It had nothing to do with us, but he came back and he was just a different type of nigga, gave us the bad vibe. So that deal with Bad Boy and that deal with Craig Mack didn't go. So shortly after, he passed away. Then I had my producer that I told you about, Dino, D Gates. We had a dude from Deer Park, white boy, Kane Siafi, who had got eventually signed to Bad Boy through me and Dino because we was tapped in with Bad Boy. We doing shit. We doing music with them. So the Craig Mack shit didn't work. So we pushed a new project. Now we directly tapped into a producer who's right-hand mans with Diddy. We go to try to get him the project. I got the Kane Siafi, white boy, dumb nice. Like I said, if you go look up Bad Boy, one of the compilations in the mid-2000s or something like that, Kane Siafi is on there, writing for Diddy and all kind of shit like that. Diddy said at that time, Eminem is on fire right now. We still rocking with A. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what my producer telling me. So I wasn't there in no meetings. I never had no meetings with Diddy. I only seen him at a couple of parties, whatever. He said, we ain't rocking with homie right now. You know what I'm saying? He fire and all, like, but Eminem out. We need the white boy. So this is another experience I'm telling you about as far as the record deal shit. This is where I'm tying this all in. So he's like, yo, we ain't fucking with that right now. We trying to get the white boy. We need a dope white boy. And this white boy could spit. Like, he was saying some shit, but it was just some far-fetched unicorn off the run and everything I do is wrong when I'm hijack the moon sitting on a unicorn. Some crazy shit. That type of shit. Rabbity shit. But he was dope. From Deer Park, right? Next neighborhood to Wyandanch. The hardest hood in Long Island. The craziest shit. Where Rock him from. It's like everybody come from. If you come from the city, you go to Long Island, you end up in Wyandanch. Shout out to Lloyd Banks, shout out to Tony Yayo. They shout us out all the time. Then that's the slums. So, what I mean? He used to come to the studio with us in Wyandanch from Deer Park, next town over. Hood on one side, real white, and goes towards the rich shit on the other side. And we was just feeding nigga beats, tell him he getting on tracks with me and him going back and forth. I'm giving him concepts and shit to rap on. Did he sign him? We sit back from a far view. My man Dino ain't get no production on no points on the production. He ain't get shit. He ain't get a finder's fee, nothing, right? Deaded us out the whole deal. I didn't expect nothing out of the deal except for like my nigga to come back and just be like, yo, what's good? He went off with Bad Boy, wrote shit on the album, wrote shit for Puff, did all kinds of shit, got kicked to the curb and sent back. Right around the time what was Danny D. Kane? That was his last joint he had was with Danny D. Kane and Diddy and them. sent him back to the hood. Bumped into him somewhere at a bodega or somewhere at a gas station somewhere. Yo, fam, yo, my bad. Like, the industry is crazy and all like that. Like, they wasn't giving me no bread. I wasn't able to come back and do what I had to do. And I was just like, bad taste in my name from the industry. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would rather stick to the independent thing. I own my catalog. You know what I'm saying? I just put it out less than a year ago on all streaming platforms on my old catalog. You know what I'm saying? I got the merch going crazy. I made more money in the music industry than I did anything else. Even in the streets, I was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Trapping and shit. Statute of limitations is over. You know what I'm saying? But we was going crazy. I made my most money with music and merch, being independent. Not signing that. What happened if I would have signed that $40,000 deal? R.I.P. Shakir Story. He signed Jeezy. He was responsible for mad shit. You can go check the Star Report. He was talking about him last episode. Them 2 episodes ago. I called in. You know what I'm saying? We was chopping up about that. You know, like, what happened if I would have signed that? A lot of this music that I'm putting on streaming platforms or trying to put on, I wouldn't own it. Be like, copyright claims on this on that. You know what I'm saying? Writing shit for this one. I can't own that. So that's why I would probably lean and suggest y'all to lean more to being independent rather than going for these record deals, because these record labels ain't got your best interest. You know what I'm saying? They going to control everything you put out. That's why you see the NBA young boys of the world saying, don't sign to this label, they won't let me put out shit. You got the Cardi B's not dropping nothing, trying to get off of labels. You got mad people who done told you about these labels and telling you reasons why they stuck in these deals. They can't release music when they want to. They got 360 deal. They taking money off their shows. Shit like that. And at the same time, they're not protecting them. They're not investing in them. They don't even got no fucking health plan, dental plan, nothing. The record label should have a dental plan. Everybody who got a grill shit should be free. I go get a grill on a record label dental plan, nigga. What you talking about? They don't give a fuck about you. Same shit I was talking about with the podcast and all these other platforms. They don't give a fuck about you. They just stealing the culture, taking everything they want from you, and then throwing you away, disposing you. And it's sad to see, you know what I'm saying, some of the, you know what I'm saying, the black owners and shit like that taking those the practices from these other motherfuckers and doing it to their people. I told Star, there's no reason why all these people on Bad Boy should be down bad with them catalogs. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason. So the record labels and the music industry turned me off to where I always wanted to be self-sufficient. It been times where I go ghost, money funny, locked up, charges, got to pay for the lawyers and shit. Ain't got enough money or even concept to be focusing on music. You know, might go ghost for a little while. But that's all right. When I bounce back, when I come back, it's all mine. I don't give a fuck if I get 10 streams. It's all mine. I don't got to split shit with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because streams ain't worth shit anyway. So when it comes to music industry and when it comes to being independent, when it comes to record labels, when it comes to being independent, I would much rather be independent. But like I said, we're just talking about my opinion. If y'all want to, chime in, tell me your opinions in the comments and shit like that, or you want to text me, the number is 631-238-1031. That's 631-238-1031. You can chime in on old topics, give me new topics for the next episode and all like that. But I just gonna shout out. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of insight on what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna give y'all the top independent artists right now, or 80%, 75% semi-independent artists that I feel like, would you rather their career or would you rather the NBA young boys of the world? Would you rather the Kodak Blacks or the Cardi B's, or every couple of months or every year they argue and they can't put out music with their label, or they're upset about the splits or what they can put on YouTube or the show revenue? Or would you rather be like a Chance the Rapper? Yeah, Chance been quiet for a long time or whatever. I feel like his trajectory, you know what I'm saying, declined a little bit. But as far as like just being an independent artist, owning his shit and collecting money for his shit, you can't tell me nothing. Them projects is still streaming like crazy. Them hats is still selling like crazy. Other people got to give the label a cut on they merch, on their shows and everything. Chance ain't doing that. Then you look at people like Tech N9ne from Strange Music. A lot of people don't even know who Tech N9ne is. He get on track with the Eminems of the world, the Lil Waynes of the world. Body them shits. Go perform in crazy ass venues, face paint like a fucking white boy and shit, like Insane Clown Posse and shit like that, and fuck around and sell out the venue. Got a whole warehouse, studio, screen printer, embroidery, printing his own clothing, whole shit. All he did was link up with some white dude, a millionaire, who like his music or whatever. They linked up on some other type of shit, and now they got strange music going crazy. He signed an independent. He signed an artist to independent deals, and they making hella bread. Shout out to Saigon. He signed Saigon recently too to a deal. What's his name? Chris Calico and all them. Shout out to Strange Music, man. Tech Nine's doing this thing. What about artists like Russ, independent? Took the long route. Put out project after project after project after project, song after song after song after song on SoundCloud. Now, you can't tell me Russ ain't packing out more shows than your favorite artist who signed to a label. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me Russ ain't getting more streams, more money, sitting crazier, less stressed than all these fucking artists that y'all champion who got record labels fucking them out of this deal, telling them when they can drop, taking pieces of their merch. You can't tell me that Russ ain't going crazy. You know what I'm saying? E40, Sick with the Records, he's still doing his own thing. Independent, straight out the trunk. He might have did deals with major labels at certain times, but I consider E40 to be a heavy, you know what I'm saying, independent artist. You know what I'm saying? And even to go on a different genre. I don't know if y'all familiar with Toby Noir. I forgot the track, but whatever it was, like Jesus Forgives, I don't, nigga, you can get these hands, that nigga, Toby Noir, with his wife going hard on them YouTube videos and all like that, going viral every time he puts something out, independent. You know what I'm saying? It's just like artists that I consider like that, even down to the Troy Aves. A lot of people, I don't know, for some crazy reason, I don't know why motherfuckers don't fuck with Troy Ave, say he was on some snitch shit, or I don't see no paperwork, I don't see him pointing nobody out, but independent, putting his own clothes out, putting his own projects out, never sign, never bend, never break, never fold. I'm gonna do my shit my way. Y'all might have something against him. I ain't got nothing against Troy Ave. Troy Ave been doing this shit and held it down. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Troy Ave, independent. Joey Badasses of the world, independent. Might not hear as much music. He not on that platform like these major artists is, but you know what I'm saying? He get into the bread. He's on shows. He was on the Wu-Tang first season, a couple of episodes or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Doing different things independently. Nobody in his pocket taking that bread from him. And then, like, on the flip side of that, you got artists like people looking at them names that I just named. They be like, I don't give a fuck about that. If I sign a record deal, I could be Drake. You know what I'm saying? Look how far Drake got a deal. I feel like after this deal that he gonna go independent too. But like Drake is one of those artists. Then you got like the Little Uzis, the Kendricks, the Babies, Lil Baby, Kanye's and all that. They signed to somebody. You know what I'm saying? They got record deals. So would you prefer to be signed to a major label, or would you prefer to take these other people's route? Would you prefer the stress of the record labels? Would you prefer people digging in your pockets? You got to split everything with everybody, or would you prefer like I'm just telling you my opinion. What I think, I prefer to be the independent route, take the long route, give all my money, collect all my shit in the long run. Some people want to get that, but at that route, how many people do you know that went independent who's doing 50, 100 millions of dollars? See, that's a different aspect. That's a different aspect of it. So you got to think about for that. And some other popular artists with deals, you know, like Lil Durk, signed, not independent. 21 Savage, signed, not independent. Juice WRLD was signed, not independent. Cardi B, Moneybagg Yo, NBA Youngboy, Post Malone, Roddy Ricch, you know what I'm saying? Tyler the Creator, Polo G, Future, you know what I'm saying? These are all people who are signed to major record labels, and they're the biggest artists in the world. So some people be like, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about, that independent shit, nigga. Like, I want $100 million. You know what I'm saying? With all the shit that comes with it, rather than get the $10 million of slow shit and you can do whatever you want. And some of these people who took the independent route is now flipping it over to being 100 millionaires when it comes to cryptocurrency, NFTs, and the way they invest it. And they, you know what I'm saying? It's a different era. So, like I said, tell me what y'all think in the comments and like that. Follow me on Instagram at The Real Chief A1. Hit up the YouTube, Who is The Real Chief TV. You know what I'm saying? Hip Hop Natives Podcast. Find it on patreon.com/Chief TV. You know what I mean? Get your official merch at officialshop.bigcartel.com. That's officialshop.bigcartel.com. Snapbacks, fitteds, dad hats, joggers, hoodies, t-shirts, shorts, men, women, and kids. Y'all all welcome. Come through. Use promo code FAM. Save y'all 15% off. That's FAM. Use promo code FAM. Save y'all 15% off all official merch. Shout out to everybody who was paying attention to the last couple of episodes. It's been a crazy week, man. I just want to, Ain't nobody else gonna do it. So I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for the topics I was talking about. If y'all seen the Nicki Minaj interview with her and Joe Buttons one on one, she tapped into some same type of shit that I was talking about. Remember when I was explaining it's better to get critique or hear, you know, uh uh commentary from the hip hop culture from people from inside the culture, and I gave the basketball analogy about, you know what I'm saying, ain't it better with Kenny, Charles, and Shaq to talk about the NBA? You know what I'm saying? And she gave the same analogy like that with Jordan as far as being like a vet in the game and being young and these motherfuckers just not caring. You know what I'm saying? Like she was saying, like, imagine if Jordan didn't give a fuck about how many points he scored and shit like that. Imagine the elites just not giving a fuck about the culture or the game like that. Wouldn't it be better that these are the leaders of the culture? Same type of analogy. Then, like I said, tapped in with Star from the Star Report. Shout out to Star. Used to be on Hot 97, crazy, shock jock type crazy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Tapped in with him. He started talking about the Bad Boy situation because the Mace Oracle shit came out and he was getting on Diddy. So tapped in with him. He started talking about the Shakir Stewards, the Craig Max that we just spoke about. Same similar type of topics, right? Then you got the cast and the crew from the No Jumper podcast. Remember I told you about them people who's is talking about the culture and all like that and having their opinions about the culture and just saying whatever they want and downgrading us but still eating off the culture. They having turmoil because of the way that the main host and the owner is being all condescending and you know what I'm saying, narcissistic and borderline racist towards topics that got to deal with our culture. You know what I'm saying? And when I say culture, I'm not just talking about hip hop. I'm talking about black people in general when it comes to the vaccine, the smack scene, or whatever you want to say, because I know you get flagged for saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the smack scene and shit like that, motherfuckers have one opinion, and then if you say, "Oh, in my culture, we don't take that. We not really too secure with the government giving us shots, and we had different tests back in the day. We could show you proof of that. Oh, I don't know. You should take it and tell your people this, that." And they got all this opinion. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the Kanye West concept, Kim Kardashian is a great mom, and this, that, and the third, and he's just a psycho. And they like, nah, he fighting for his kids. And yeah, he a little crazy, but that's Kanye, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes him genius and shit like that. But what he doing? He fighting for his kids. He don't want his daughter on TikTok. Yeah, you know, you got the white man barking down everybody through. What I'm saying is right. That's the same shit I was telling you before. Be careful what platforms you go on. Careful what you support. There's other platforms and other people who look like us who support us and know what we talking about. When you talk about certain shit, motherfuckers will love hip hop so much, you be like, yo, you should do interview Rakim. They be like, who? You know what I'm saying? Yo, EPMD was a dope group. Who? I don't give a fuck if you from that era or not. A lot of these kids ain't grow up with Jordan, but they know who the fuck Jordan is. They know who Penny Hardaway. I don't care if they know because of the sneakers. I don't give a fuck if they know from whatever. Like, there's artists right now to this day still sampling these songs, you know what I'm saying? But not giving no love to these artists, and then it seems like people don't still not familiar with the artists. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a culture shock right now going on. So I just wanted to say that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? We were talking on some topics on this podcast. I know it's been all over the place. We know we working out the kinks and all like that. But a lot of shit that I've been saying been coming to fruition. And it's not like they heard the shit because it's only on Patreon. I'm putting out little clips. So it's just great minds think alike. So shout out to Nicki Minaj. Shout out to Star for tapping in on that subject and shit like that, because that's a real issue. And if y'all got a chance, pay attention to these platforms, man. Motherfucker ask a nigga a question and nigga be like, yo, so what do you think about this Black Lives Matter? It could be anything. What do you think about Kanye West? And motherfucker be like, well, I think that he's just, trying to fight for his family. And, and before they even get the next word out, well, if he was fighting for his family, he wouldn't be putting on Instagram. And it's like, bro, I didn't even get to finish my thought before you just jumped in. And I think this, and I. Okay, so everything y'all said, okay, cool. You got it. The culture can't have a strong opinion about the culture, but these outsiders, can have the biggest opinion because they're popping. Their platform is popping, and we all know why. I'm shadow banned on Instagram right now. You got damn near type in the real Chief A. You probably gotta get all the way to the A before I even pop up. Why? Why all the black creators getting their shit silenced for these other platforms to flourish? So, like I said, tap into the episodes, go back, rewind it. We gonna clip it out and all like that. But I'm just telling you, in real time, a lot of the shit we talking about is in fruition. A lot of these artists is not happy with these record labels. A lot of these artists are not happy with their deals. A lot of these platforms is fronting on niggas. A lot of these people ain't from the culture talking about the culture. And there's a lot of stealing and funny, sneaky shit going on in the culture. Yo, last thing I'm gonna say is like, with the whole Bad Boy and Diddy situation and shit like that, with the Mace, the Oracle, or whatever, business was bad, okay? So like I said, a lot of shit that go on. No disrespect. I actually got respect and love for Diddy, but it's a track record. So I say, the shit that's going on, okay, niggas throwing little diss tracks at him or whatever, he gonna eat those, whatever. It's just niggas hurt. They just feel like they should be being paid from these labels for their longevity, for their catalogs just lasting this long and shit like that. And somehow I feel like some of these, especially the culture, some of these niggas, black niggas who own these companies and shit, they should be willing to look out. Even to as far as go back to some of the legends who may not be doing so great and ain't never get $100,000 for a show. We need to go back and show them niggas some love. I don't give a fuck if it's $5,000 a month. Some of you platforms need to pay back. You know what I'm saying? Kick back. And I ain't saying it's only got to be us. It should be some of y'all other motherfuckers who's eating off the culture. Y'all making whatever y'all getting off of these interviews and streaming and YouTube views. Kick back some to the OGs and have them come on in and tell their culture and tell their story and ask them what they feel about the new shit. And kind of like, it'll be an easier way to integrate some of the OGs and legends into the new era without being so critical and like borderline hating on the young boys, because they only hating because they ain't get paid. They only hating because niggas getting more bread and like, I'm way nicer than this nigga. I put the classics out and I ain't got nearly half of what he got for a show for my whole career. You know what I'm saying? Like, they signed for 100,000, made pennies, got jerked out of their whole albums and shit like that. And now they watching niggas get $1 million a show, $1 million off a YouTube view. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that. Like, support the culture, support everybody, support the OGs. You know what I'm saying? Stop hating on each other. I mean, respect the platforms that respect you and get your money, man. It's your boy, the Real Chief A1. Another episode of Hip Hop Daters Podcast. Shout out to AMI Studios, Artist Mill Studios. Shout out to my nigga Dre. Go follow him, Retro Dre, on fucking Instagram and all like that. Hey.